So the agenda for so as I was saying, I will also have this in the on our digital experience DX site where you can have the link to the slide as well in the content manager section. So yeah, so our agenda for today, we will be going over DX feature updates. We will have Susan go over the editorially accessibility checker. I'll share with you guys how to update your image alt text by using the flag that the accessibility checker shows to you. I'll show you how you can fix that because there've been some like hiccups with it, like flagging it as like, are you sure this is this? So yeah, I'll show you guys that one. And then I just wanted to go over again how to do the document file update. I'm going to show a demo of that. I will also be showing a demo of how to create a telephone hyperlink for those of you who are using, like, if you're not using the contact type to add contact information and instead you're embedding a phone number link. I'll at least show you how to create a interactive telephone link. So when people click on it, it makes them call. And then lastly, we will have Todd Peterson go over accessibility project updates, and then we will open the floor for questions and answers. So first slide. It didn't do it. Hold on. DX feature updates. Oh, okay. So Susan, I'll let you take
Yes.
it away. I'll let you take it away.
Okay. You may have noticed if you are editing your content that you're seeing that little, if you look on the first picture there, the bottom, that red circle with the like banner around it, that is your editorially accessibility checker. And it tells you the red means there's an error that really needs to be fixed. And as you can see in the picture, it tells you what the error is, and what's wrong with it. If you have a yellow banner, that means that it's a flagging that you should review it. And it may not be an error. It may just be something that needs to be reviewed. On the blue, if you look at the bottom of the picture, that in the corner, the bottom right corner, the blue picture, the blue check mark means that everything's great on the page. And I know it can get a little annoying if it's giving you the that it's missing the alt tags in the photos that you have on your page, or that there's that it doesn't like what you have in there for an alt tag. But it at least alerts you to the fact that there are things you need to review and look at. In the long run, it will save time. It'll flag those as you are editing content or creating content, and you won't have to go back and look at those errors every time you go to that page. Am I doing this one, Shereen, or are you?
Yeah. You're doing the
Okay.
DX feature. Okay.
Okay. So more of the features that were added or updated in the last 2 weeks, the contact type field that allows for bulleted or numbered lists. That means when you have before you could only put, for example, name or department and an address. Now, if you wanted to add more things in that contact field, you can bullet them for easier reading. The improved menu navigation items, the link hover style, that was now when you hover over a menu item or a submenu item, it will change color so that users can see that that is a link. Adding a link to a menu just got easier. Now, before you had to, if you wanted to add a link and you highlighted, you put in the link and click to make it a link, the box that was available, you had to scroll through a whole list of page titles. Now you can type in the beginning of your page title and it'll jump to that page, or if there's more than one, you can choose which one it is with a similar title or starts with the same title. That saves a lot of time. The next one is a topic field added to micro content types. This means that you can categorize your content so it's easier to filter and search in your lists. And the last one, a city filter added to the location pages. Before, for example, in DOT, when there was, if you wanted to look where can I get renew my driver's license? Where can I go? And you wanted to click on something, and you only got the areas served filter for the locations. Now there's a city filter, so it pinpoints it down a little bit more.
Okay, thank you, Susan. I'll go ahead. So like Susan had mentioned with the editorial, the alt image text and whatnot, I think this was like during one of our content manager meetings, and I can't remember who it was, but like we were looking at it and they were telling me, they're like, hey, I added the decorative word into the alt text field in the media library. What is this? Why is it saying that I got this question mark? It should be non. It should not be questioning me. So I'll show you what that is, because I don't know the answer, but I figured out the solution, and hopefully the dev team will be able to like explain it more to me so I can explain it to you so we both will know. But anywho, so let me share my other screen. Which one? I'm gonna share this one. So like, say you have this image and you're like, I know I put the word decorative in this image. Why is it telling me, are you sure? So what I like to do, I like to ignore it, or I mark it as okay. I don't know which one means what, and if this will just pop up again. That's probably something that I probably should have asked the dev team first before I jumped in here and told you guys what I do, but it's fine. So I'm going to mark it as checked and okay because I know I added decorative in the thingamabob. Now for this one, you see how it's like flagging it and whatnot? So a really easy way that I like to like fix this, instead of like having to search for the image in the media library, because sometimes I don't remember what the name of the image was that I uploaded into the media library. I should, but I don't, and here we are. So what I like to do is I'll click the little exclamation thingamabob, and then I'll just click page editor. I could scroll up and click the edit button, but I didn't feel like it. So that's, of course, going to take us to our edit field. And then what I like that. Ta-da. So to fix this alt text issue, I'm going to click the image. Where is it? I'm going to click it, and then I'm going to click this little eyeball. I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to tell it to mark it as decorative, and I'm going to click the check mark. And then, of course, it tells me, are you sure? And I'm going to click it. I'm like, yes, you just saw me do that. And boom, you fixed it. There's another issue here, right here. I'm going to mark that as checked as okay because this is my test page. So it's okay to be where it's at. But yeah, that's how you go about fixing the alt tag text thingy. Even if you know, like, hey, I know I put the decorative thing there. That's how you like tell. Why is it showing this? Hold on. I forgot one. It doesn't show for micro content. So I'm going to mark it as checked right there. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that's how you do it. That's super easy. Let me go to my next slide. And I have this information on the DX platform too. If you ever are like, what did you just do? You went really fast. I have that on the DX platform, and I can go through it again if you guys need, no worries. So I guess I should have went back to my DX, the sandbox. I want to show you guys how to do the document file update demonstration. Again, this information that I'm sharing with you guys is also on our DX site that walks through this. But I want you guys to like see the process, just in case if anyone might have forgotten, because I forget everything all the time. But instead of, if you have a document that you know is on your platform that has been remediated and you need to upload the new version of that document, you can, instead of like going through the process, let me go back to my window. Instead of going through the process of going to your content, media, add media, and then like manually doing a document upload like that, just go to where the actual document is that is old. So you go to your content, you go to your media, you go to your document filter. And then let's say this is my old document, and I now have the new file that that's remediated, and now this is now old. Instead of like re-uploading it, with this button, just go to that documents edit section. Just go here and then remove it there, and then add your new file. I want to remove it and I want to pretend like I added my new file, and then click save. That way the platform will update wherever that old file was embedded at or linked to. It will update it for you. If anyone happened to have the link to that document, the media link, they now have the new file and you have saved your skin in a manner of speaking, because after you update it, I went to the wrong section. Hold on. Bear with me. Right here, the file section. Give it a second. Any files that were like removed, and are no longer attached to that media item, it's going to be set to like temporary, and then the platform's going to clean it for you. So you don't have to worry about like, well, what if someone did something weird and they like grabbed like the default site slash folder link thing. Don't worry, the platform's going to clear it out so that they can't see it at all. They won't be able to see it. And that's how you update your file documents. Super easy peasy. And if you need another demonstration, I'm happy to do that, because again, I forget everything all the time. So don't feel like you're the only one. You're not, and it's okay. So next one. How to create a telephone hyperlink. So I know some people like to add like the links to the telephones in their basic pages and whatnot. And even though like if you use like the contact type, it kind of like already makes the telephone link interactive. But if you have it in like a basic page, and you want to still like make that telephone link interactive, I'm going to show you how you do that. Give me a second. I'm going to go to the page. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to share this. Hopefully I'm sharing the right screen. Okay, I am. Okay, here's my basic page. I'm in the edit section. And to make this telephone link is clickable to where like if someone clicks it, if they're on their mobile device, or if they're on like a computer, I'm going to click it. I'm on a computer. Okay, I don't know. But I'm sure. Oh no, it's doing it. It's picking the app. Okay, so yeah, if they're on their computer and they had a telephone app, it would try to find it. I don't have a telephone app on my work computer. I don't think the tech team would let me. But anyways, let me show you how you can turn like this link into a telephone link. It's super easy. You select it, and then you click the little link it tool, but I already have a link it tool on here. So I'm gonna open it. And you do this, the TEL, and then the little, what are those called? Hyphens? What are those dots? Hyphens? They're not hyphens. Oh, colons. Yeah, the little dot. The dot thingy. Thank you, Susan. And then you can do the +1. I've seen things where there is no +1. So I don't know which one works. I've seen them both work. So yeah, and then you just add your number right there, and then you click you click the check, and boom, you now have an interactive telephone number on your basic page. The only downside is if that number ends up breaking or changing, you then have to go to each and every page and fix and correct and remove that broken telephone number. So I would recommend, creating a contact type and just embedded it. So you only have to update it once in one spot. But if you don't want to do that, that's fair. That's fine. You do you. You do you. So that's how you can do you by doing that thing in the WYSIWYG bar. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Todd Peterson. Todd, do you want me to keep sharing and just like clicking the slides, or what you want to do? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that'd be easiest. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Shireen, I want to work with you more. I wish I had half your energy. I love your energy, but I hate following you because you're way too good.
No,
Makes me feel like a turtle.
Do it. You can be twins, and all you need is just a bunch of candy.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right. If you go ahead and click to the next slide then. So I'm Todd Peterson. I have a project for accessibility focused on remediating documents and assessing applications. So this guy, just put it out there. This meeting, more of you are focused on the documents and the websites itself. And that's good. Those need your help. And so I don't want you to forget, though, that there are applications out there that will need to be assessed and remediated as well. So this is kind of just a little slide out there to make sure you've got that big picture. And to remember that there are exceptions to the accessibility, that you have exceptions out there for certain things. So if you have questions, comments, concerns on apps or docs, please reach out. Join the. How often do you have the meetings, Shireen? Is it like 3 days a week?
I have my Thursday meetings.
The office hours. See, like the office hours are more.
Yeah.
But join the office hours. Give me a text, whatever you want to do. We're all here to help. Next slide, please. So the current status of my project, the DNR agency is piloting level access. They're contracted to assess 3 applications. They do it via their platform and manual assessments. Applications today, there aren't any good tools that will do 100% accessibility assessments. They will do significant portions, but to do a full assessment of an application does require actual people with either the understanding of or actual disabilities to click through and see what it looks like to them. That is the best way to do the assessment. Level Access will do that for the DNR. And we'll get a report out of how well this works. I know in the early usage, they've been very happy with it. They've seen it has found a few accessibility things that the Wave tool, for instance, wasn't flagging. So they have found that this platform does a good job for them. So as we, move along with that pilot, we'll have DNR come and do a report for you guys eventually. Yesterday, we had a meeting with Alliance and SHI and legal and security and DOM management. And I'm very happy to say we came to agreements in principle of how this all should work. Now they're working on the final wording, and I do believe my contract will finally be signed and we can actually start the remediation. More importantly, for you larger agencies or agencies with larger inventories, that my budget for my project is not enough to do all the apps and all the web pages out there. Web documents out there. So this master agreement will allow you to work with Alliant for the same rate. We're going to get the group rate. You won't have to go through a lot of extra hoops to get it'll just be a straight SOW underneath that master agreement. So this should make it easier for you to work with it. If you work with counties or cities, also the master agreement, is my understanding, allows any subdivision of Iowa government to leverage this agreement. So if you've got a county you're working with that asks about it, they should be able to also work with Alliant to get remediation done. We're looking at Alliant basically primarily to remediate documents and to do the manual assessments of applications. Any questions or concerns on those two? Hearing none, seeing no raised hands, I'll keep moving. So then, for my props, before you go back, I had a second half of that one. So the next thing, then, what I'm looking for you guys to help me, make sure your agencies take action. Complete your inventories if you have not done it. We're trying to get an inventory of the apps and the docs that you have on your sites, so we can help you do the assessments and the remediation to the ability possible. One of your other actions, many of you have already done this, as you're reviewing your docs, remove unneeded docs. If a doc doesn't need to be there, get it out of there. If a doc can be archived, we have an archive process. Let's get our docs that don't need to be remediated archived and out of the way. And then we'll have a clean set of documents to do the remediation on. And I know you guys have talked about this, and the agencies are in various stages of this. Your agency should have a process on assuring that new docs and upgraded apps or new apps are accessible. This accessibility should be now part of your development process, part of your testing process, part of your checklist before things are published. You should have steps on ensuring things are accessible. The other action, of course, is always keep learning, keep asking questions. You guys are doing great. All right. So last slide, some things to think about. Do you have any questions, concerns for me? All right, hearing none, I'll turn it back over. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd. Um, I don't know what this slide is. It looks very nice. It's a very
Oh,
nice
sorry.
slide.
I should have left that on it. So that's a front page for the Accessibility Compliance SharePoint site. You should all have access to that. Um, I am constantly adding things in the FAQ and links to interesting things, like the top one there, the top left is the state of Texas. They have a good accessibility site with a lot of information. I've added, since that picture was taken, I've added Minnesota also has a lot of good information out there. Minnesota in particular has some like 1-pager, 2-pager checklists for various tools like Adobe or Microsoft that are real helpful for accessibility. So if we don't happen to have something on our websites, if you're looking for more information or more help with the checklist, some of the other states have things done ahead of us. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Alrighty. So, like Todd had mentioned, we do have open office hours on Thursdays. I have it linked on our site to where you can join the live virtual meeting. Oh, you know what? Just now that Todd mentioned that, okay, I don't know if you guys have been going to the MSFW trainings, but we have been adding that to our YouTube channel. So that's it. It has a recording on the DX platform and the accessibility webinar recordings. We have that there that takes you to like the Google Drive with the videos, but we're working on getting it into our YouTube channel so that it just, you can watch it on YouTube's too if you want to like look at it on YouTube's and stop having to go to Google Drive so that, I don't know. But anyways, so that's what we're working on too. So you guys can rewatch those accessibility things, because I know how like confusing the Adobe Pro can be when you're doing accessibility ones, especially when you're like deleting the tags and making the artifacts and it's like, oh, it's not in the tag panel. So we're going to have those trainings so that you guys can rewatch it and not fight with your program like I do. And if you ever do need help, I can do my best to help, or we can just ask Todd for help, or we can just find someone to help us during the office hours. And also, just to like reiterate, here's a link to our content manager media resources, which is going to have the link to the meeting that we did, today in the past ones. And then those past ones will also have the links to the slides there too. And of course, for those of you who we do have the monthly content manager, not monthly, the DX training classes. Those ones are these ones are every Tuesday. So I just repeat the same thing, course 1, 2, and 3, and I also have them on the DX YouTube page as well, finally uploaded. Yay me. And I will be having those videos on the DX site. So if you ever are like, I don't feel like being perceived and going to a training, I got the videos on our DX site too, so you can watch that. But yay, introvert friendly. Whoa. Okay. Any last questions, comments, or concerns? Speak now or forever hold your peace. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. That's all that I got. Oh, wait. Switch it back. Go ahead, Caleb.
Hey, so quick question. First of all, can you hear me okay? I've been having AV issues all morning.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. You're talking about like searching for documents in the media section. Is there any way that you can have? I remember one time we added a field to search by like editor, and that's been super duper helpful. Is there any chance we could get a field on there to search by node?
That's a good question. So, okay, hold on. Let me think. I got something in my head thinking. So when you say like search by node, do you mean like right here? Like you want to like search by like this 504 like that?
Yeah, but yeah, when you're in your
for documents.
when you're in your media section, or
when
you're looking at content.
You know
sometimes
what?
I know the node number, but I'm not 100% sure like what site it's on.
You know the node number, but so you just have like the node number. You don't have like
because it might be hyperlinked in like a PDF we've got or something.
I gotcha. So, because like the only thing, I'm not sure if you can like search by node number. The only thing that I usually do is when like if I have the hyperlink, I can like type in edit for that, and it'll take me at least to it. But from what you had said, it sounds like it just doesn't.
Well, the workaround for that is I just find the appropriate edit page for that type of content, and then just edit the node number. It's just a simple URL edit. I was just bringing this up as this is more of just
that's really cool.
This is just more of a quality of life thing. So instead of having to edit the URL, just typing the node number in that. Because if I remember right, we got the authored by like search function on there. I didn't know if that was maybe something that could be added on there as well. The authored by search function, by the way, super duper helpful. Whoever added that, that's great.
Oh, that's really cool. I don't know if they can do that, but I could definitely ask people who are higher up than me who I could ask them and let them know and then see what their thoughts are, because maybe that might be something for like future enhancements or whatnot. That's really cool. That's a good idea. I like that.
Okay. Well, cool. Thank you for asking. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Danielle, where can we find the SharePoint link that Todd mentioned? Hold on, I will get it for you. Give me a second. Hold on. I gotcha. I will find it. Hold on.
It is also on the slide, yes.
Copy link. Nope, I'm helping her first. I'm doing it first.
Yep.
Here you go, Daniela. Any other questions? Would I contact for my access information? For the access info, which access? For
the access to the SharePoint site.
Oh.
if you just click on that button, it sends me an email and says, "Hey, Todd, you forgot to add these people," and I hit accept real fast. Ask Benjamin. He requested it just a minute ago.
Nice. So you can ask Todd, or you can click the link and then Todd will approve you.
Yep.
And any other questions? I'm going to do my countdown again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Matt, should I pass it back to you to close it since you're the MC?
Sure. Yeah. No,
Okay.
Thank you guys for your contributions to the meeting and the slides and the work you put into it. Great stuff. Anybody else that's on, if you have questions that come to mind later on, you can send them to myself and the team here. But if there's no more questions from the group, we'll give you back 30 minutes, now 29 minutes.
Aha, look at us. Bye, everyone.
All right. Have a happy Thursday.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.